I'm going to show you Mrs. James's two examples from today's lesson, but using a different method on your calculator. So this is run mode and you can use the answer button as she showed you. Another method is to use the recursive formula menu. So if you press menu, and then you can see it's the 8th menu over here, so I'm going to click 8, and this is what we get to see. There are different types you can do in here, so we've got like an nth term formula, would be F1. The recursive definition is the one we want, which is F2, where we have a n plus 1 equals something times a n, etc. And then F3 is if you have the second term involving the one before and the one before that. But really the one you want will be the default one, is the one you can see there. Okay, so let's do example 1, which is xn plus 1 equals natural log of xn plus 3. So we haven't got x here, we've got a, but that's fine. So I'm going to type in natural log. Now I can see as soon as I start typing, at the bottom I've got all the bits I want. So I want natural log of an. Okay, and then I just type plus 3, execute. Okay, I'd like a table for this. I need to set my table to make sure I've got the right things in it. So here's set. I'd like to start my counter at x1, so it's going to be 1. And I've got at the minute that it goes up to the 20th term. That's plenty. But I want to make sure that my first term is 4.5. So A1 is 4.5. Okay. Now, below there's the B and the C and so on that we don't really care about. But if we look here, there's some an string. I'm going to put 4.5 there, and the reason for that will become obvious when you start drawing graphs. Okay, so I'm going to execute my exit my set, and now if I press table, there we go. So I've got my first term is 4.5, my second term is 4.504, my third term is 4.5049, and so on. I really like this format because you can keep track of how many iterates you've done. All you have to do is look across on the left to see which iterate you're onto. Okay, let's try the second one. Let's pop it in the B's just for fun. So the second example had xn plus 1 is cos of xn. So let's do bn plus 1 is cos of brackets, and I can see at the bottom I want to use bn. Okay, now I'm going to just double check. I've definitely got radians. So I've done shift and set up, and I'm scrolling down, just checking. Oh, thank goodness, I've got radians. Exit. I'm going to set, and I need to put in my starting value for this sequence is 0.5. If I can be bothered, I could put that in for an string. Okay, exit, and then press table. And there we go, we can see we've got a first sequence, but we've also got our second sequence.